What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Maverick Man 101. Got a video here today from Replicant Fish. Heartbreaking moment, woman realizes men are right. Let's get to it.
I want to have a lesbian conversation. Really quickly. If you're not a lesbian,
okay, we'll pretend.
Why are you still here? Scroll. I gotta whisper. I don't want the men that stayed to hear this.
Okay.
They're right.
We are. It's good to be right as a man, isn't it? I hope you're focused and on your square.
She about to crash out.
Is it wrong
She
to
about to
blow?
crash
I don't know,
out.
what do you think?
Shut up.
Oh, there it go.
I said it myself. When I tell you, oh my God, so many times on Twitter, these niggas are sitting up here talking about some, you gotta be a nigga's piece, Exactly. And you just like, nigga, fuck you, build a house. But bruh,
Wow.
these women don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. She's absolutely right. They don't care. And a lot of it is because they don't have to, right? Their social safety net, their legal safety net is much wider than what a man's is, right? So not only does she have the court of public opinion on her side, right, when things don't go well, she also has the actual courts on her side. She can run back to her parents. She can run back to her family. She can run back to whatever beta male is in her proximity, right? So she has a lot of people there to not only validate her wild feelings, she can go get help, right? And so that's why. That's why women don't care, because they don't have to, or at least they feel like they don't have to, right? It's always somebody there. Government, her family, another beta male somewhere waiting. So that's why they don't care. But it always happens like this, where women will date another woman, right? They go to the other side, to the lesbianist community, the ones who like the kisses down low. And it takes them going through that to understand that what men were saying is right. And there's data to support this, that a lot of those women who date other women or romantically involved with other women, a lot of times they have high separation and divorce rates. They tend to rock'em sock'em robots a lot. I think that was the name of the game. If you get my drift, right? That tends to be very high in those types of relationships. But it only takes them moving on from the man, right? Moving on, thinking that they did better, to realize that women are chaotic in nature. Let's keep going.
We know they don't. We want peace. It's all we really want. It's like we're asking for too much, though.
These women don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
They don't. And the thing is, it's like, I've known this. But it's just like, when you really look back at all the shit you've been through, you realize women do not give a fuck. They don't give a goddamn. Wow. You could sit up here, go to work 16 hours, come home,
right,
cook a nice meal,
say it,
hand it to them, and they'll be like, when did I start eating broccoli?
You better say it, sister. Look at her face, man. She is flabbergasted about finding out stuff that she already knew. She was hoping to be wrong, right? She was hoping that the confirmation bias didn't come through. But everything that she knew, everything that she thought about women was completely right. It's because women just don't have to understand the man's plight. They just don't have to. We've made it so that they can receive all the benefits of society and don't have to understand anything about the man's plight. And if anything, they can crap on it, right? Because they can work in offices now and go to college and rack up a bunch of debt. So I think that, yes, she found out. She found out. And this little example right here, this guy, right, is just trying to do something nice for his girlfriend after working a 16-hour shift, which I'm sure she didn't, right? She wasn't out there doing that. He tries coming home, do something nice, and she still has an attitude. And a lot of that is because we let it happen. We let it happen, right? We allow these modern women to operate in this fantasy world, right? What do you call it? It's the main character syndrome. We allow them to operate in that they are the best ever. We would be nothing without them. That they are the best thing walking. And men perpetuate that because men are desperate. And these women know it. So yeah, that's why in this example, you bring her some broccoli and she's like, oh, when did I start eating broccoli? She feels comfortable enough to say that because she don't care about men's plight. Shout out to this sister. She cooking. Let's keep going.
She never asked you to do it, did she? But you did it anyway because you cared, and
Right.
she's still never happy.
Right.
Just like a woman.
And they'll tell you, they'll be like, oh, this is why I date femmes. This is why I date stems. This is why I date studs. They're all bitches. They're
Wow.
all the same.
And that's why a lot of men find peace.
Interesting. Real quick, just wanted to stop it again. She said it, right? She said, hey, all of them are the same. Now, when a man says that, if a man says, hey, look, they all the same, people start crashing out on him, telling them they not all the same. It's not every woman. It's not their woman. It's not their girl. It's not their wife. This woman right here just said it's all of them. I ain't say it. She did. Let's keep going.
By themselves.
They're
Wow.
all the same.
Sadly, it's the only way you can.
Ungrateful bitches. God damn. Just conclusions. The conclusions that they jump to. You could be sitting up here doing your best to be a faithful servant to the Lord. That bitch think you doing something.
Right.
Now you find yourself arguing with her imagination. How the fuck we get here? How the fuck we get here? There was one time, I'm not making this up, there was one time I was asleep. I woke up, I had a message at 3 a.m. that said, we need to talk. I had a message at 5 a.m. that said, never mind.
Oh, she dreamt you were cheating on her. The internet let me know how common that is. It's not actually rare or weird. It's actually quite common and strange.
Message at 8 a.m. saying, you can just leave me alone.
That's wild. That's wild, man. Look at her face, man. She is flabbergasted. It's that main character syndrome. I'm telling you. In her mind, in a woman's mind, she is the main character in her own story, directed, written, and produced by only her. And y'all just extras. And that includes her parents, her boyfriend, her girlfriend, her husband, her kids. Y'all just extras. And then she wake up at 4 a.m. Because her dream spoke to her. It's wild, man. These are the same women that believe in all that astrology stuff and what is it? The Mercury in retrograde, all that stuff right there. All those women that, and it's I think it's becoming more now that really believe in that. Those are ones that wake up 4 a.m. They had a dream. You was cheating on them. You was talking to somebody else. And now they got to break up. But then an hour later, she's like, oh, it's all right. And she goes and gets some coffee and goes and finds something else to do. Insanity.
I'm asleep. Anybody that knows me knows I don't fully wake up until noon.
Right.
What? Who the f*** is you talking? Who's over there? Who are you talking to?
Herself.
Right.
Tell that bitch to shut up. You don't need to talk to her no more. My God, just be cool. Like just vibe. God damn.
I'm sorry to keep stopping it, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is what happens, man. This is what happens when they go to the other side. They find out, man. Men are not lying, and then women look like this. I'm telling you, man. This should be the face of every woman who says like, oh, she's gonna go date women now because, I mean, I guess apparently that's better. And then they really find out the truth, and then they end up looking like this. This should be the prototype poster child of what happens when you go to the other side or to the same side, right? My goodness. Huh? She is telling the truth.
You trying to be cool with a and she just finding problem after problem after problem after problem after. Shut the f*** up.
To be right, to be correct. To gloat about it? No, it's just to be understood. The truth is powerful. So is peace, but as a man, you barely get it from women nowadays, do you? How?
Shout out to Replicant Fish for this. Yeah, man. You know, she crashed out, man. She crashed out. But there's a lot of women out there like this. They think they're going to go to the other side and things are going to be better, right? You know, or they're going to stay on the same side and they think things are going to be better, things are going to be blissful, not understanding her own traits, right? Her own negative traits. Because men and people have holistically lied to them, right? Calling them queens and bosses and boss babes and boss queens and single motherhood is great and all this other nonsense, right? And has been lying to them since they were little, right? Since they were probably in middle school, high school. Then they grow up and nobody's ever told them the truth. They haven't had to accept the truth. And then they say, oh, I'm going to date a woman. They go and date a woman and find out they all the same. All the same. Tall children, right? And then they crash out on TikTok. Crash right out on TikTok. Man, but, you know, shout out to this sister. She kept it honest. So you got to appreciate that. But yeah, shout out to Replicant Fish for this video. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button. Leave your comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, eat well, sleep well, be well. Peace.